We're recording? Yeah, we're recording. Okay, so change background. So this one should be pretty easy. It says change the background color of target by script. So to do this in jQuery, you have this jQuery bling sign. Then we're going to use a selector for target. And then to change the background color, we use this CSS selector, right? So the CSS method, sorry, not selector, but the method. And we're just going to do background color is going to be the first argument. The second argument given to this method is going to be, I don't know, whatever we want it to be. What color do you guys want this to be instead? Pink. Let's see, let's run this script. And boom! It's a nice, horrible looking pink. Perfect. And we still have 250 seconds to go. So it says give up, and it gives you the answer after. Don't worry about this timing, because I just want you guys to understand it. So now what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go through any one of these. I'd suggest starting off with easy. I'm going to give you guys about 7 minutes. And you guys can go ahead and just start researching the answer too. I mean, none of these are going to be answers that you should automatically know. It should be something like, oh, okay, I have to try and do a count or an animate. How could I go about doing that? Let me think about it. Okay, I still don't know. Maybe I should look online for the different methods that will allow me to do so. I want you guys to try and do this in groups. So you guys are going to research together. And you guys are going to try and figure out these problems together as well. So let's do that. 7 minutes, and then we're going to do random ones that you guys have chosen. Instruction. Alright, that's it. You guys need a little bit more time, or are you guys good? You guys are just supposed to be completing one of them. Any one of them. So we good? Alright. So, Emshley, which one did you guys choose? Change parent. Some of us wish we could do that in real life. Some. I didn't say all of us. Jeez. Not to be defensive. Okay. So change parent. And Emshley, how far did you guys get on this? You finished it. Okay, can you guys give me the solution to this code, please? Actually, why don't you come back here and you put on the mic as well? Why don't you guys explain this? One of you guys. I think M did this last time, so now it's Ashley's turn. You guys are two halves of a whole.
I have to say it?
Yeah. You're gonna talk. You're gonna explain your code.
It doesn't stay.
Yeah, you just have to. You just push those things on the side.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Okay. So you use the bling sign, and then the parentheses, and then you're gonna target a specific thing. So this would be the span box.
Just so everyone can hear it too, by the way. You can elevate the voice a little bit.
Okay, and then you're gonna put the pound with the target, and then the span, and then after that you put.
So this is an easier way than I used. Actually, this is a better way of doing it.
Crap! What happens after this?
And you can have a lot of
Oh, that's right. And then whatever you want to put in there. So.
And look at that. So,
And then it works.
Actually, what they did was they targeted the child element, and what they did was they used descendant selectors. So they said, okay, the span. Thank you very much. They used a descendant selector. They said the span is inside the target, and they said, okay, now change this text to say something else. So they put hi instead. Does this make sense for everyone? I used the more complicated way because I was just thinking too much. Where I used the children, and I targeted so if any children existed inside of that element, then it would change the text of it. But you guys don't have to use the children method if there's no other element inside of it. So if there's only span elements inside of it, then just use span. Cool. Alright, so what about feather?
Create clone.
Create clone, okay. So who wants to explain this one?
They did it too.
You guys didn't say okay. So Julia or Feather? You can do it? Okay.
I can do it.
You can do it.
I think I can.
Okay, yes you can.
Okay. I'm gonna do it pretty easier.
Okay. That's no problem.
Just because I want to wear the headphones and feel like I work for IT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk in Indian accent now.
Okay.
Terrible already.
Okay. So, okay, wait, let me find it first.
Sorry, my computer's being a little stupid right now.
It's really slow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. It's like on overdrive.
All right. So we have the little bling thing.
Bling, yes.
Bling. And in here we put target span, and then we clone it. So dot clone, and then we have another little thingy in there, and then my computer's, I think it might be the website. Whoa. Okay. And then you would put dot insert after. Wait, but it's supposed to be under?
That's fine. Under it means after. It depends on like the size of the element. That's fine.
Okay.
Could be good too.
And then target span.
I don't know. No, I meant like if you use insert after, that's fine if you wanted to do that instead of just putting it underneath it.
What the heck? Oh, and then you could keep clicking it, and it keeps going. Ah.
So insert after will actually just clone the element, and it'll insert the element after the span itself. But let's say that you wanted to, you almost had it. You could do insert after on the target element. Because that's what it's saying. It says clone, well, it says origin. We don't know what origin means. So can you think of a way to put that element, so put that span underneath the whole thing? This one's a little difficult.
Would it just be under dot box?
Well, hold on. So it wouldn't be dot under because that means you would just be putting it underneath this element. But yes, under the green box, this is what we want to put it under. So how do we put it underneath the green box? You guys think of anything? If there is a selector like that, then feel free to use it. But I significantly doubt that there's anything like that. Think more outside of the box in order to move the box, or in order to put things under the box. Instead of insert after target span, we should just do target. Yeah. So you would then, how do you do that? So if you wanted to insert after on the target, but you're trying to clone it at the same time, then this is where variables come into play, right? So you save the first one, you clone the first element, and you save it into a variable. So this is what we're going to do. God, my computer's just being stupid. I doubt it's the website that's causing this much latency because my computer's actually overheating. I think it's my QuickTime player.
No, I keep getting a warning. This script on this page may be busy.
Oh, is it running into an infinite loop somewhere? I can check that. I hope not. That would cause significant issues. Yeah. Kill. Die. Well, I wanted you guys to clone the span box and then put it underneath that target box. So how about you guys think about how to do that first before I give away the answer? I'll give you guys a few minutes to work on that. So you guys had this. Oh, I'm so stupid. I think this is what Frank was talking about, right? There we go. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. So Frank, I think this is what you meant. I'm overthinking it. So instead of inserting it after the span, you just insert it after the target. Sorry. So Frank was actually giving me the answer, and I was thinking of something else. So now it's underneath the element, right? The box element, which is what they wanted. Okay. So now I want you guys to choose another one. And I'll give you guys another 7 minutes. And I want you guys to do the same thing and work with each other. With the site? Heather, are you having problems with the site? Do you need help? You can use your mouth words. Yeah, I think it's running into an internet thing. Let's kill it. What's the control on Macs? Forgot. And option escape. Yeah, force quit Chrome and then relaunch the jQuery exercise. It saves your tabs. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I use filter for this? Mmm. That should have set it to true. Hmm. There we go. God, this guy's grammar is just fucking horrible. And check all checkbox by script. Uncheck us. Well, they're just stealing all your data right now. No, it's just some random website. Yeah. Oh, it might look janky because it might be dynamically generated code. Dynamically generated means that it's like another programming language built to create HTML. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like raw coding. It's like a processor. So it's probably using like a framework or something, or PHP or something like that. That's why it might look like a little janky. Conjunction function. What? No, it's conjunction junction. What's your function? Ah, that's it? Okay. Alright, 15 seconds. Okay, so which ones do you guys work on? So Emshley. That one actually didn't make sense to me. I think they messed up. The use filter is not actually supposed to use a filter. A filter is something completely different. But you guys did solve it, right? Okay, and I'm sure you guys solved it without using a filter, I'm sure, right? A filter is a method that returns all elements that only follow certain parameters. Basically, it filters through every element that you give it, and it only returns those that pass a certain function that you set. Don't worry about that right now, but it has nothing to do with what they were asking for. I think this is the janky part of the site. Okay, excellent. Please come over here. So this time it'll be M. I think this is created by someone in Japan named Taka Okunishi. And there are the headphones right over here. Thank you.
So we started with the $sign, and then we put dot target nth, or I don't know how to pronounce that.
N?
Yeah, nth.
Okay. So use a pseudo selector using the nth element.
Child 2.
Perfect.
And then to change the background, we put background and then we pick blue.
And look at that. So I changed the second element, right? The second nth element. So nth means if you guys go did you guys get? You guys can maybe try to explain to me. Okay. Let me see, which one is it? This one, uncheck boxes. Okay, so for unchecking boxes, this one is going to require us to first select all the boxes. So with jQuery, it selects everything that follows that selector, just like CSS, right? So if you say anything with this class, it's going to target all the elements of that class. So we're going to say anything with the input because these checkboxes are input elements. And then what we're going to do is change the attribute from checked to false. Like that. So again, I have to look this stuff up too. I always forget like if it's an attribute or if it's something else or whatever. So definitely do a search on Google. Like, you know, you don't always have to like figure everything out yourself. I mean, most of the time, these are things that you have to look up, you know? Okay. No worries. So this is the answer because you have to change the attribute of checked. So when you check an element, especially in like look, so input elements that have a type of checkbox have an attribute of checked. That attribute is false to begin with, and you can set it to true manually, or you can programmatically do this. So let's say that you want to reset a form. If you wanted to create like a reset form button, then this would be one way that helps out with that because it would uncheck everything. So that could help. A lot of form stuff would work this way. Okay. So how about Judea? Which one did you guys work on? Which one? Work on children? Without children? Which one's that one? Oh, drill 19. Let me see. Down here. Okay. Alright. Did you guys figure it out? Okay. Try it out. Be good practice.
Alright, so we put the blink first, right? And then the parentheses.
Okay, you're doing it for yourself.
And then you put that not parent.
Oh, type it in.
Oh, I thought I was typing. Oh, my bad.
I do it all the time.
Target. Then you close it. Then you put the not parent thing. Right? And then remove.
Nice.
That's it.
Try it out. Doesn't seem to work.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I forgot. Something right there. It's still not going? Oh, I see the problem. I think. Yeah. There. There you go. Right?
Okay, does that work?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so no, you guys didn't do pseudo selector parent. You guys did just regular parent. So if you put colon, it does a pseudo selector. Otherwise, it's just gonna say anything. So I have to refresh the page. Otherwise, everything It's actually kind of cool. You play on the couch. Me and my sister's boyfriend played it.
You can buy myself a PS4.
Hmm?
No, buy myself a PS4.
Yeah, I hate their support system. They suck, but the system itself, actually no, my system's kind of shitty. It like breaks down and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, but there's a lot of great games for it, and the online store is actually pretty awesome.
Cause my stepbrother, he has Xbox, and he says that he could like open like things while he's on it, like apps, and he could like go and play his games. So I don't know, like Xbox.
Yeah, PS4 it has that too, but it's just they're both very similar, honestly. It just depends on what you like. I actually prefer Xbox more now because PS4s give me such headaches, but I'm not sure if I'd have the same headaches with Xbox. So,
Xbox graphics, I think they're better.
are they?
I think so. Or
I think they're about the same, right? No? I don't know. Me? So is it? Okay. Alright. So the remove method basically just removes any elements, and the not says, well, anything that's not this, so anything in this target that doesn't have a parent, remove it. So that's what these elements do. Excellent work, guys. Alright, so now let's move on to this one. We're going to try something that doesn't involve so many cycles. I think it's taking up just a lot of resources on the browser for some reason. And this one you can actually click to see the solution. I suggest you guys don't do this. Only after you guys get the answer, though. Let me see. Okay, so actually I'm going to give you guys about 25 minutes. I want you guys to solve 3 different problems on here. Any 3 problems, and then we're going to go over those answers together. So you guys are going to go through any of these 3 exercises that are on here. So there's about 9 exercises in here. And there's a solution there too, but I suggest you guys don't look at the solution because we're going to look at it together. I want you guys to try and problem solve. So this is like the very beginning of doing programming, where I want you guys to just start doing critical thinking and analyzing and trying to figure it out. And of course you guys can do research as well. So you guys can do the same research thing. Just don't look immediately at the solution. And when you guys are done, say dunsies. Wait, what are they asking me to do? Hmm? This is actually kind of dumb. You need to actually copy and paste the data into here. So you're gonna have to do that manually. It doesn't automatically do that. And to run the JavaScript code, you have to click on output and then hit that button right over here on the bottom right that says run with JS. There we go. It's okay. This will fire up your brain. No, it's firing it up. The more you do it, the better you get at it. I think after this, actually, we are. Are we done, C's? Yeah, we're gonna be done. I'm sorry. I know you guys were looking forward to more of this. Well, I want to do a little bit more. Essentially, it's just gonna be what we've been doing, and then trying to implement it into your project. Instead of it being an abstract concept, I want you guys to then try and change the colors and all that stuff inside your project. So literally just copy and pasting the code, but targeting your own IDs and stuff in your inside your HTML. Hmm? Jam out? You kids and your lingo and your rock and roll. Yeah, after that you guys can jam out, but not yet. Hmm? Your computer crashed? Alright, restart it. Did you guys already finish 3 exercises? Kind of, or yes? So if you did, I need you guys to show me. And show the class too. Boom. Doesn't really do anything. Mm. Has anyone done already? Yeah. Nice. Alright, you guys can keep going, or let's see. You can start on what we're going to be covering right after this, which is trying to implement what you guys learned today into your project. So I just want you guys to try and implement those 3 things that you guys learned and try to implement it into your project. You guys are just going to delete it afterwards if you guys don't need it into your projects. But I want you guys to just apply these to real world scenarios. So if you guys change the background color or something using jQuery, I want you to try and implement the background color change into your project. If you guys clone something, try to clone something in your project, etc. Yeah. the hell? Should work. Okay, so that works. Why doesn't that work? Hmm. Oh, I see. All right, about 2 minutes remaining. Son of a bee sting. There we go. Alright. Now Heather's got me yawning. How was you? Okay, so how far did we get? By the way, there was one that was I don't expect you guys to figure out. It was fun for me, but it's pretty hard programmatically. Like I had to use a for loop and then use like concatenation along with like some weird string interpolation stuff. Like I got it. I mean Frank knows, but like first I was like, what? Yeah. So again, we're gonna start off with Ashley. You guys want to take the seat? I think M1 class. So we'll do after. Well, you guys can switch off actually. So you'll do one, and Anthony do one, and you'll do one. So you guys can go into the seat together. You guys can share a seat where you guys can sit. Or just bring another chair. Yeah. Pretend you're on a talk show. We're here with Ashley.
Am I deleting yours?
How dare you? No, just put it underneath it. Just comment mine out. Do you remember how to do comments?
Yeah. I thought it was
So just put it right in front of the for loop. Yeah.
this, right?
No, at the very bottom you can put it. At the very bottom, right underneath that last bracket. Just where it was before you. And then put one right before the for.
Whoa.
Say a little for. Yeah, you can put a forward slash and then. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So now you can just hit enter a couple of times. There you go. Or more times if you want to get rid of all the other stuff. Yeah. Alright, so make sure you guys are wearing the headset.
Really?
You guys are doing a good job. No, do a good job with this.
Okay, so you want to copy.
First off, my computer doesn't turn on. So what do I do? You look like IT.
User error, usually. Okay, so you're going to copy
Yeah.
this.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to paste it into the HTML.
A little bit louder, please.
You're going to paste it into the HTML.
Okay, you're pasting the code in from the HTML, so the sample code output.
And then you're going to go to the JavaScript. And it wants you to target all the H1 elements and change, what is it, the background color?
Okay.
So you want to put the bling symbol and you're going to target the H1 element, so you would put that inside the parentheses. And then you want to target the CSS to change the color. So then you put background color, and then you're going to put the color that you want. So we just did pink.
You guys have an obsession with pink.
And then you're going to run it, and then it should work.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you. And now to the other DJ. So how'd you guys get into radio hosting? Just like went for the job. Just one day he said, hey, I'm just gonna be a DJ.
Okay, so number 2 is asking to change the background color. So what you do is you target the background. You put the bling sign.
Excellent. Yeah. I'm glad that you guys caught on to exactly what you wanted.
And then you use CSS to change the color, so background.
Yep. So again, I'm targeting the whole body. So all the content.
And
Changing the background color.
they wanted red, so you just put
Yep,
red.
red. And then you just hit that button on the bottom. It says run the JS. Yep. And now it looks like everyone died. Great work. Thank you.
Do we keep switching?
This is the last one.
I guess we'll just. And then the next one was to hide all the input elements within a form. So you're going to copy this form and all the stuff in between, paste it below your H1 elements. And then when you go to your JavaScript, you're going to target
You guys missing a semicolon? Perfect.
Okay, so you're going to target the input elements. And then, I don't know why it's prop, but it's targeting,
Oh, that's property.
okay. So then you would disable it. And you want to put true so it knows to do it. So then when you go down here, you can't input anything or submit it.
Excellent. You see that? So now it's all grayed out. Perfect. Thank you, Tina, actually. It's okay. You guys are mad at each other. Take it outside. Excellent work. Okay, so does anyone have questions about that? No? Okay, so Team Feathers. Alright, so which three, did you guys do 3 of them? Those are the 3 that you guys did? Okay. So how about Team Jidia? Same? You guys did the first 3. I maybe should have I maybe should have thought this out better, or I should have split it up between the first 3, last 3, and then the middle 3. Alright. So did you guys get similar answers?
Mine was green and blue.
That's completely different. Completely different. Okay. So what I want you guys to do now is I want you guys to go to your projects and try and implement any 3 of the different problems that we did today into your projects. Now it's just going to be temporary. I just want you guys to go through the practice of going into your JavaScript file and being able to make these changes. Now, does anyone not have jQuery included in their project already? You guys all have jQuery? Yeah? You know? Okay. Do you know how to include jQuery into your project? Okay. Do you want to figure it out, or do you want me to help? Okay. Excellent. What? is stuck in one building with the same classrooms. Like I was like that in my undergrad, and that's why I'm actually kind of thankful that I took like some non-major classes, like because I had to take like a bunch of like bio and chem classes. There I got to switch from building to building. But otherwise, I was stuck most of the time in like the same building, and that building hasn't been renovated since like the 50s or something. So it looked like an old high school.
Did they have windows at least?
I don't think so. It was it was all like blocked out windows. It's really weird. Yeah. Yes.
When you are coding from jQuery, let's say you have something on CSS, will it override it?
It's usually on this side.
That's a good question. So if you add something on CSS, using the CSS method on jQuery, will it override your CSS inside your project? Now, this depends on how you wrote your CSS. Because what jQuery does is it inserts inline CSS into your HTML. Now, inline CSS is almost the most, what's it called? Specific selector. So you have a whole bunch of different specificities in terms of CSS selectors. The most specific is actually if you have anything with an important tag next to it. Have you guys heard of the important tag? So the important tag goes like this, right? Jesus, wait, is it the exclamation mark first? Yeah, it's like exclamation mark and then it's like this. Something like that, right? And whatever CSS you have, right? And you put important next to it, that's going to override everything. The next most specific is inline CSS. So if you have something like this, this will override anything below it. But this important will override this. So if you have CSS and external style sheet, which is what you should have,